Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe, ICC fans. Welcome out to the first of two games this afternoon here at Roy Crescent Field. I'm Adam Gore, joined by the myth, the man, the legend is, no, not Jim Ingram, but Colin Minga here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. And Colin, we've tried 7 times, couldn't get our home opener going, but now got it finally going here this afternoon against Bevill State.
Yes, sir. Beautiful day for baseball, Gore. Had great weather yesterday and another great day today, and hopefully the Indians can build off of yesterday's Game 1. Game 2 didn't turn out the way we would quite like it, but hopefully it'll be a good day for baseball today.
Absolutely. As the throwdown is coming that way, we're getting set for that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here, Game 1 between ICC and Bevill State. We invite everyone to sit back, relax, grab an ice-cold Coke, and get ready as we get set for 2 this afternoon here in Fulton. Leading things off for the Bears is going to be the center fielder, Drake McBride. So McBride will dig in. It's going to be Jack Howell taking the hill here for the Indians. First pitch coming your way, swung on and missed for strike 1. That's a 12:57 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Fulton, and it goes for strike 1. I will go ahead and tell you folks, give us a chance to kind of get used to updating the scoreboard and everything here and kind of get in base mode all ourselves. As Colin, you being a former pitcher here at ICC, just talk about your mindset when you come into a game like this.
Opening day is always a fun day, and be able to get the ball right off the bat, Game 1 at home. I know Jack, being a freshman coming in from Amory, he's pitched in some big games in high school, but I know that excitement's there, and I know he's excited to start his collegiate career here at Roy Crescent Field.
That last pitch kind of just drifts high and outside for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. This one is going to be fouled off, so the bat will stay alive here for McBride. Well, these two teams played each other yesterday. ICC won the first game 14-4 in 5 innings. And Colin, as you talked about, a little heartbreak there in the second game as Bevill State refused to lose in that one, as that pitch missing low. 2-2 now is the count. But the Indians were up 5 heading into the bottom of the 7th, got 2 outs, and it was a grand slam and then a couple of miscues by the Indians, and the Bears eventually walked it off to get the win. Fly ball, it's going to drop in fair territory. It's going to roll to the corner, so this will be a extra base hit here. They thought about 3. Now it's going to turn around, get back for a double, so that'll be a double to lead us off there by Drake McBride, and that's one of those, the wind kind of blowing, kept down the line. Colin, as a pitcher, kind of aggravates you.
Yeah, hoping the wind would help us out there, push that on into foul territory. Good pitch by Jack there. Fisted him a little bit, but you know how the game of baseball goes. Great it back there by McBride to fist that off and put it in the right spot down the right field line.
So no outs and a runner at second here. This is going to be Cole Payne, the second baseman coming up here for the Bears. RBI opportunity here for Payne early on in the contest. Well, Colin, we'll kind of put the coaching hat on you here in a moment as that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. You know, we talk about our Bank Oklahoma keys to victory. Kind of just give me a couple of keys of victory that you think the Indians need to focus on here in Game 1.
Yeah, we swung the bats well yesterday, and talking with Coach Lott, it all starts on the mound. Obviously, being a former pitcher, I think they get the chance to touch the ball first, and every play starts with them there. So very positive, hopefully coming off of 12 good innings for sure yesterday and having the one hiccup there at the end. But got to throw strikes, get ahead early, and play sound defense and get our offense a chance to swing the bats.
That pitch up high for a ball, 2-1 now is the count here to Payne. We do want to welcome those that are watching this afternoon in favor of the Bears. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. An absolutely beautiful day for baseball here at Roy Crescent Field. Could it be a little bit warmer? It could be, as that pitch high and inside. 3-1 now is the count. That just makes seating in the sun a little bit more of a premium today.
Yeah, Gore, this section, and everybody's packing in the sunshine over here for sure.
So the count now 3-1 here to Payne. So you feel like he'll be taking in this situation. He does, and it's in there for a strike. Now the count goes full at 3-2. We also got softball on the road. They are having a pretty good little run down in Florida. They're 3-0 on the day. Picked up an 8-0 win over Andrew College earlier this morning. As this pitch is going to be popped up and out of play, we'll stay at 3-2. And then they're going to take on the number 3 team in the country. Matter of fact, that game may have already been started. Okay, so it starts at 2:30, so we've got a little bit more time to go there. Do apologize if the internet starts acting crazy on us. It was good up until we started to stream, and now it's not. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Renaissance Bank strikeout, first out of the inning. Beautiful breaking pitch there.
Now batting number 7.
Big pitch there by Howell. Critical situation there and struggled a little bit and fell behind to battle back. 3-2 breaking ball there. I don't think Payne was expecting that.
So one away. The runner stays at second. We're in the top of the first, and that one just slides in the back door for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Well, as a pitcher, that gives you a really big charge right there, especially when you get a big swing and a miss like you just saw in that previous at-bat. So that's a good shot in the arm there for the Indians.
Absolutely. Hopefully gives Jack a little chance to settle down here and leave that runner stranded in scoring position.
Shows bunt, lays it down. It's a beauty. There's only going to be one play. It's over to first, and it's in time for the out. Boy, that was close. Bang, bang play there across the way. Second out. So that will be a sacrifice bunt. 5-3 on the putout of Baker. Runner does advance to third in that situation. That sacrifice bunt is being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins as the ICC BSU. That pitch missing high and outside for a ball. So dangerous situation here, Colin, as Indians trying to get out of this inning with no damage done, but a runner at third with 2 outs. Breaking pitch gets away, and it's going to be close, and nope. The throw would not be in time as he beat the throw back home, and so the Bears cash in and score the first run of the game.
Gore, I was just about to say it, and it happened. Cummings being a freshman behind the plate, big situation here, no pass balls, still having the confidence for Howell to be able to throw that breaking ball, and one got away from him there.
So the count is 2-0. Nobody on now as that pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. 2 outs. 1-0. Bevill with the lead here in the top of the first. This is Kay Durrett, the first baseman at the plate. That fastball right down Main Street for a strike. Evens things up now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Indians trying to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. The Bears trying to spark a little bit of a rally here with 2 outs. Breaking pitch popped up trouble to the left side of the field. Shades his eyes. He can't find it. The Sun just came up and got that one. Going to try to turn it into 2, does he? Does he not? He does not. So to go for a single, and then that will be 7 to, was that 6? We'll call 7 to 4 on the putout. So the Indians do eventually get out of the inning. We knew it's always tough out here at the ballpark when the sun shines the way it does there. So ICC catches a big-time break. We're going to keep it here and give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for both squads, and we're going to start with the Bears. The Bears come in with a record of 3-1 on the season, and this is how they're going to line things up. We've already seen Drake McBride. He's the center fielder. He doubled and scored a run. You got second baseman Cole Payne. He struck out in his at-bat. Gresham Baker, the third baseman, sacrificed the runner over, was put out 5-3, and then Cade Durrett, he singled but was eventually thrown out trying to advance to second at a ball that dropped out there in left field. So that is your first 4 batters of the day. 5 through 9 look like this. Kyle Nunley in left field. Nick Peters is catching. The DH today for the Bears is Landon Cherry. The right fielder is Cam Simpson. Hayden Craycraft is the shortstop. And that is your lineup 1 through 9. You've got McBride, Payne, Baker, Durrett, Nunley, Peters, Cherry, Simpson, and Craycraft. Pitching today for the Bears is going to be Brady Lamanek. Brady Lamanek taking the heel here for the Bears. Now the starting lineup for ICC. They come in with a record of 1-1 on the season. They'll start things off this way. Jacob Pearl in right field. Madden Butler, the first baseman. Reed Kent at shortstop. Houston Green in left field. Cannon Graham will be the second baseman. Brody Thompson will be in center field. Andrew Williams will be the DH. Edward Henriquez will be at third base. And Jack Cummings is catching. And we've already told you, pitching for the Indians is Jake Howell. That is today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. We'll take a quick break and hear from Coke and be back with more.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for the bottom of the first inning. ICC trailing it 1-0 as Jacob Pearl is going to start us off. A slow roller to the shortstop. High throw, and it's a tag in time. No, it's not. So that will go for an error, E6 on the play. And Colin, that's what you'd like to see. One, if you're an Indian, be aggressive early, take advantage of those miscues, and the Indians have a runner on.
Yeah, put the ball in play. Obviously, the leadoff, you'd like for him to see some pitches there and give the rest of the lineup a chance to see the repertoire here for the starter, Lamanek for Bevill, but always good to get that first guy on base.
Well, this is Madden Butler, one of the few sophomores that returned from last year's squad. Madden carrying a heavy bat, listed as one of the top 500 JUCO prospects by Perfect Game Baseball. Takes that first pitch, missing low and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. That slider slips in there for a strike at the knees. 1-1 now is the count here to Butler.
Yeah, expecting big things from Butler this year. Had a good freshman year last season. Hopefully he can build on that and be productive here and see him in the 2-hole. Hopefully get things going. Again, like you said earlier, Gore, this layoff, expecting to play, and with the weather, it's time to try to switch to game mode. I know the guys are ready to get going.
1-1 pitch on its way. This one blistered past the shortstop, and that'll go for a hit. Beautiful job going with the pitch that time, and absolutely ripped the cover off of it. Now the Indians got something going here early.
Yeah, good job by Butler there. He's Lamanek threw a 1-0 breaking ball and then tried to double it back up on him and hung it a little bit. Madden did a great job staying back on that and lining it into left center.
And already going to have a little bit of a conversation out here, maybe some miscues on the calls as Bevill, coach is going to come out And ICC's dugout fired up over there early on here, but you said it there. Nice job. That pitch kind of hung up on him a little bit. And Madden's one of those guys you can't let it do, because when he makes contact, whether it goes deep or whether it stays low like that, it's coming with some force.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a little crosswind today blowing left to right here at Roy Crescent Field. So it'll be a little tougher on these righties to try to push that thing out. So good job by Madden, though. Good patient at bat and seeing that ball up.
Yes, usually this time of year when we do have that wind blowing left to right, it's traditionally a right to left wind. But whenever it starts to warm up is when those winds shift. And you look at it out there in left field, you've got the trees, but the branches, you really kind of, and you being a pitcher, you know this, you pitched here, you don't really look at the flag more than you do kind of the top of the trees, even though it does kind of blow back in a little bit here with the flag. But the top of the trees out there in left are really what kind of indicates, and they're kind of still out there.
Absolutely. It tells the story, and especially tells how swift that wind is, too, when it gets to moving those trees.
So runners on first and second. There is no outs. This pitch is fouled off, as this is Reed Kent, the shortstop, at the plate. Reed last year was leading the team in batting average. Suffered a hand injury, was able to come back towards the end of the season. So would love to see what he can do in type of production he can have with a full healthy season. 0-1 is the count. There's a shot, and it's to the first baseman, and he can't find it. Colin, I'm going to let you rule on that one.
Well, he squared it up, Gore, but the first baseman's got to make that play. It's a tough play. Kent really squared that ball up, but right at him, he's got to have that. That's an E3 there, but we'll take it every day of the week.
Absolutely. The reason why I was going to let you say that, a lot of times people are like, Gore, you're way too mean on your errors. And so somebody's like, you have to use the judgment. If you could have made the play, then it's an error. I'm like, well, in that case, there's no such thing as a hit because I ain't making a play on anything. Is that pitch going to miss low and outside? Bases juiced here for the Indians, as this is Houston Green at the plate. I believe Houston had a couple of home runs in Game 1 down at Bevill yesterday. Checks his swing there. It misses low and outside for a ball. 2-0 now is the count.
Be a good time for another one of those, wouldn't it, Gore?
100%. So bases loaded here for the Indians. 2-0 is the count to Green. Looks at that one, and they say it's outside. So 3-0 now is the count. Not really wanting to give much to Green to square up on here. We'll see if the Indians have the red light on for the number 4 hitter. They do, and they walk him. So the Indians get the run back on a bases-loaded walk. Easiest RBI of Green's career. And so we're tied at 1.
Number 7, Cannon Graham.
Yeah, good job there by Huey. Patient at bat. Nobody out. You want to be aggressive and be that guy that drives those runs in. But good job by Huey there, taking what they didn't give him, Gore, I guess you would say.
Absolutely. A very patient at bat there. Was able to get the RBI and push the run across. And now this will be Cannon Graham at the plate for the Indians. Swings on this one, fouls it back for strike 1. Graham playing second base.
I know you probably know this, but with the BSU, with the concession stand, whenever you get a chance in between innings, it's kind of like announce that we're open.
So,
and all our money's going to mission trips.
Yeah, man, no problem.
got the BSU kid coming up and letting everybody know. That's one thing, really cool part about the ballpark. When you come here to the ballpark, you're supporting the ICC Baptist Student Union, who is, by the way, a sponsor of today's action. As now the count goes 1-1. Their funds go towards their mission trip that they go on during spring break. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, they do a great job with the concession stand as well. Good food. And, Matt's really stepped in after Brother Chris and picked that up, and they do a great job with it.
Shot right back to the pitcher. Misses it. And the Indians going to keep the bases loaded and retake the lead here, 2-1. Colin?
You have to give that one a hit, Gore. It's hard
to
give an error on the pitcher there trying to play that position. I know it was
number 4,
back at him, but
Thompson.
that's a tough play.
So still no outs here in the inning. ICC Now, let me ask you this. Is that a true hit, or is that going to be I'm a former pitcher, don't charge that on the pitcher guy?
That's a tough one, Gore. It may be a
kidding.
little bit of both there.
That first pitch goes for a strike here to Thompson, who is playing in center field, fouls that one off. 0-2 now is the count here to Brody. But no, it was one of those. It was sharply hit. Kind of took an awkward bounce off the dirt as they're waiting for someone to chase down the foul ball. They take care of it now. 0-2 now is the count.
Those are always tough, falling off the mound and when it's hit like that, trying to react.
And there's going to be a flare, and that's going to be down. That's going to be trouble. This should push across multiple runs, as that's going to bring across one. Are they going to ask all three to score? And it's going to be a bases-clearing double, and the Indians get a big-time clutch hit there from Thompson. So clear the bases. Thompson ends up at second. He gets 3 RBI on that double, and ICC. Boy, that's a big answer after giving up the run in the top half of the inning.
Great job by Brody
Now
there
up
as
to
well.
bat, number
Down
3,
0-2.
Andrew Williams.
Good pitch there by Lemonak, and Brody just stayed with it. Took what he gave him and drilled it down the right field line. Great job and great at bat there by Thompson.
This is Andrew Williams, the DH, at the plate now. That pitch high and inside. Williams having to duck it. That goes for a ball. Still no outs here in the inning. ICC up 5-1. Great start to the contest here for the Indians. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-0 now is the count. We don't have our external mic like we normally do. And I'm just going to be honest with you folks. We're in that shade, and I'm not opening the window because it's cold. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. And I didn't think to bring my hoodie like Colin did. That's a good-looking hoodie. Did you get that from the bookstore?
Well, that's actually Coach Lott brought those by. So shout out to Coach Lott and thank him for that.
That pitch, just clips the edge for a strike. Nice location on the pitch there by Lemonak. Evens up the count now at 2-2. There's no outs, a runner at second. ICC up in this one 5-1 here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch just missing outside. 3-2 now as the count goes full.
Lemonak definitely is more comfortable with that breaking ball, Gore. He trusts it a lot more right now than the fastball.
And so now the count goes 3-2. Pitch on its way, swung on and missed. So a nice job there by Lemonak, settling down after kind of having a little bit of hiccup to start there, getting his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And now with one out in the inning, this will be Edward Henriquez, the third baseman, coming to the plate.
Yeah, sped the bat up there on Williams, 3 straight breaking balls, and I was trying to say that, thinking maybe Andrew would be ready for that fastball, knowing he's thrown 3 straight, but he likes it. There it is again, a breaking ball.
And right back up the middle. This should play another run here for the Indians, and it will. As the throw gets away, and the runner will advance on the throw. Now he's going to go to third. The throw is not in time.
Good job there by Henriquez. Hustling, playing hard, recognizing what's happening there.
So we're going to give that a single advance on 2 bags on the
Now
throw.
up to bat, number 6.
In that
Jack
situation, of course,
Cummings.
all of our stats are unofficial at the end of the day. We'll get those from the coach. But yeah, it's one of those, the throw just came in, knifed away from the cutoff man, and nobody really chased after it. So it was able to get to the backstop, and heads up base running there by Henriquez to be able to get to third. He also pushed across a run in that situation. So it's now 6-1 in favor of the Indians. That pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count.
Gore, we're taking bets on a Coke or something here. I bet he goes back to the breaking ball here.
Let's do it. Oh, Dr. Boggs like 30 pizzas from last season.
There it is.
And that pitch is in there for a strike. And you can tell that's the pitch he's comfortable with early on, especially when he needs to find a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on third. Indians have played it 6. As there's a chopper to the shortstop. This should play another run. And he bobbled it and didn't have the throw. Everything going the way of the Indians.
Now up to bat, number 23, Jacob Pearl.
Got the end on Cummings' hands there a little bit. That's a really tough play, but one that's got to be made and help your pitcher out there in that situation by the shortstop.
They don't call it a hit on the board. It's almost like I don't want to blame the guy, but it's almost like the umpire just couldn't figure out how to get out of the way. Or the shortstop thought he couldn't find his way where he needed to go. Either way it goes, there's 1 out. That last pitch goes for a ball. That one in the dirt, ball 2.
Yeah, it won't show up on the stat sheet, Gore, but going back to Henriquez and recognizing that, being able to move up, he scores on that play. So little things like that end up adding up. It don't show up in the box score, but big play there.
Well, the Indians have batted around as this is Pearl back at the plate. He reached on an error to start the inning. Now working with a 3-0 count here, and ICC up in this one 7-1. That pitch runs inside, and that'll be a walk. Well, I tell you what, Colin, I don't know if you could write a better start to a ball game than the Indians have had so far.
17,
Great
Madden
start, great answer.
Butler.
As a pitcher, you always enjoy those innings, even though you're down there. I'm sure Hal's moving around a little bit and tossing here, but as long as they're putting up runs, you're okay with it.
So you got runners at first and second now here for the Indians. 7-1 is the score. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Well, let's just kind of talk about that. Yeah, as a pitcher, you're loving seeing the runs put on the board, but, how are you keeping yourself warm? How are you keeping yourself focused and locked in this situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Then you got to get up and move. Definitely don't want to be sitting in the dugout, kind of tighten up a little bit. I'm sure he's gone down to the pen, tossed around, just kind of moving a little bit just to stay warm.
So 2-0 is the count here as this is Madden Butler. And a flare over and a great play at first, and he'll step on the bag. And finally, the inning comes to an end with a Little Caesars double play as ICC pushes across 7 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors as we played 1 here in Fulton. We'll take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the second inning. ICC with a really big inning. They played at 7 runs after Bevill was able to get 1 in the top half of the inning. And this pitch is going to be popped up. And trouble here. Right fielder goes over. We'll camp underneath it for out number 1. Well, you might be saying, Gore, why are you saying trouble on something like that? As that was Kyle Nunley, the left fielder, who flew out. Well, we've already seen a couple of times today, Colin, the sun has come into effect. And really more so is going to be the left field center fielder versus right field this time of year. But later on in the season, that play gets extremely difficult.
Very difficult, and especially later on in the day as well.
So that first pitch in there for a strike. 1-0 is the count. 1 out and nobody on. This is the catcher, Nick Peters, at the plate here for the Bears.
Great job by Howell here, really attacking the zone, especially after offense putting up those numbers last inning.
Nice job, way ahead of the batter on that one. 0-2 now is the count here from Jack Howell. Howell's pitch on its way. Checked his swing, did not go. 1-2 now is the count.
Good spot there, 0-2. He almost got him to chase.
And there's strike 3. Got him looking at a Renaissance Bank strikeout, the second of the day. Renaissance Bank. Find out what's next by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. So now with 2 away, and sorry about that, I'm answering a text message real quick. What was that, a strike?
Fastball on the outside part of the plate there. Good pitch by Howell again. He's really filling it up right now.
That pitch fouled back, out of play. 0-2 now is the count. Yeah, if you're Howell, you'd love to get a 3-up, 3-down inning and get those bats back to the plate for the Indians. 0-2 pitch. Grounder, second baseman, gloves it, takes his time, throws it across. 4-3 on the putout, and they do get the 3-up, 3-down inning there now to get the offense back on the field for the Indians. Due up for ICC, the 3-4-5 batters, Kent, Green, and Graham. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom of the second right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranty Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the second inning. Reed Kemp will start things off here for the Indians. ICC up in this one 7-1 after his 7 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors in the first inning. It's that first pitch missing low for a ball. Is this still Laminack on the hill, 27?
It is.
As that pitch sneaks in the back door for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Well, again, we appreciate everyone tuning in this afternoon. A special hello to those that are watching in favor of Bevill State, as that one runs inside, and Kent a little upset with himself that he jumped that much out of the way. No, it's a cold day, Reed. You don't want to get hit by something like that. So 2-1 now is the count. Speaking of viewers, Andy Kirk checking in this afternoon. That pitch outer edge for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. Appreciate Coach Kirk. And if you're watching, hit us up on the app formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, at Let's Go ICC. That pitch low and inside. Kent kind of backed out and then thought he might have gotten rung up that time, so a borderline pitch going the way of the Indians. Count full. And there's that breaking pitch on that outer edge, and that's been Laminack's go-to pitch there.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, got to just flip the barrel, foul that off, and get another one there. He's already done it twice in that bat for strikes 1 and 2. So tough pitch, but try to foul that off and get another one.
And this is second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Lamanick. And this is going to be fouled off for strike 1. So this is Houston Green. He walked with bases loaded to push across a run. Eventually came around to score on part of that bases clearing double by Thompson back in the first. Slow roller to the shortstop. Easily gloved. Throw across the way is in time. 6-3 on the putout of Green. You know, a lot of people always say, Gore, why do you give the numbers on the putout? You say for those scoring at home. That's just old school. Like, there's probably nobody that scores games anymore. I mean,
I don't know. I've got it going here, Gore. So,
but you're on the broadcast. That's what I'm just saying. Like, there are some people that still score games. I do it whenever I go to MLB games. Not so much watching them on television, but and then too, I just want to prove people I kind of know what I'm talking about.
It's just a baseball thing, Gore. You got to know the game and positions.
That one's ripped, but just foul down the line. And again, we apologize for any glitches with the internet, as it was working well earlier today, but now got a few little hiccups. But part of the growing pains in the early part of the season. So that first pitch goes for a strike on the foul ball, as this is Cannon Graham, the second baseman. Singled, drove in a run, and scored a run in his only at bat so far. That curveball just didn't quite pull the string on it enough to sneak it back in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Graham. Very vocal dugouts on both sides this afternoon. That pitch inside gets away, but nobody on base to have to worry about in that situation. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, Lamanick's been pretty steady so far with that breaking ball to these lefties. He's trying to backdoor it and then trying to come in with a fastball pretty consistently.
There's a chopper right up the middle. Shortstop dives to stop it. Not going to be able to get to it, and that'll drop for a hit. So second hit of the day for Graham. Tough play right back up the middle. Heck of an effort there by the shortstop, Craycraft, to be able to get in front of that one, stop it to even maybe possibly have a chance of looking at it out. So now a 2-out single, and this will bring Thompson to the plate. Dangerous batter here as that pitch in the dirt for a ball. He had that double down the line that scored all 3 runs, part of that 7-run bottom of the first for the Indians. Runner at first right now. That pitch outside, ball 2, 2-0 now is the count here to Thompson. So the Bears trying to avoid a little bit of a 2-out rally here by the Indians. The Indians want to see if they can fire up the spark again here and get the merry-go-round spinning. Beautiful pitch. One of those that Thompson would probably be like, yeah, I wish I had that one again.
That thing just kind of floated in there, Gore. He flipped that one in. And again, going back to he's comfortable with that breaking ball.
So 2-1 now is the count here to Thompson. Runner at first. Runner goes. Throw down is not going to be in time as it gets away, and the runner now will advance to third, and that's where he'll stay there. Well, that's just heads-up base running. Put the pressure on. See what you can make happen in that situation.
Good job there by Thompson as well, letting him take that bag. That was a breaking ball. He knew he only had one strike on him there, but taking that pitch and letting him take that bag.
So now runner in scoring position. A 2-out base hit could be huge here. The count is 2-2. That pitch missing low. Now the count goes full at 3-2. So we're going to say a stolen base and advance on the error.
That's correct.
And there's going to be a walk. So a nice at bat there by Thompson. You can see Laminate getting a little rattled
now
here.
Up to bat, number 3, Andrew
As
Williams.
this will be Andrew Williams coming to the plate with runners on the corners here for the Indians. See if they can get something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. They lead at 7-1 here in game 1 against the Bevill State Bears. They're out of Fayette, Alabama. Snap throw over to first just to see if you might get him trying to leaning a little bit with a runner over at third, but dove back without any issues.
2 outs, a little opportunity here for a little first and third action.
Williams struck out in his only appearance so far. That one fouled back for strike 1. 0-1 now is the count. Well, if you're Williams, you love to kind of redeem yourself with that last strikeout with a base hit here. Here's the Bears trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. It's another toss over to first. Not in time. We'll sit at 0-1 here to Williams. This one's going to be fouled back off the netting. 0-2 now is the count. Nice job by Lamanick settling down and getting ahead in the count.
Yeah, 0-2 here. Williams, the biggest thing here is give a good at bat here. Try to stay in it, see if we can get a hanging breaking ball or put a little pressure on Lamanick here to leave one out over the plate.
Well, Lamanick that time a little bit more throw with purpose over to first as Thompson gets dirty as he dives back without an issue. 0-2 is the count. Pitch coming. Grounder to the second baseman. Gets it, throws it over, and is in time. Nice stretch over at first. And that will do it. So the Indians can't quite cash in and spark a 2-out rally there. We played 2 here in Fulton. 7-1, ICC with the lead. We'll take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesar's new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates 2 things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
Now up to bat.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the top of the third inning. ICC leading at 7-1 here over Bevill State. Adam Gore, Colin Minga coming at you this afternoon here from Roy Crescent Field. Finally, the home opener of the season for the Indians. Mother Nature has not been a fan of baseball, as there's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Left fielder will charge in and make the play for out number 1. That was a good pitch. Made him reach out for one, pop it up, a little routine ball out to left field.
Yeah, he had a beat on that one. Sun didn't mess with him there, so that was good. He got a good jump on it.
So now this will be the number 9 batter in the lineup, Hayden Craycraft, coming up, the shortstop here for the Bears. Stands in, takes that first pitch, high and inside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jack Howell still on the hill here for the Indians, as that pitch missing low, 2-0 now is the count. Outfield pretty much playing him straight up. Flag blowing from center field to right field, or basically center field to the first base dugout. As that pitch missing low, 3-0 now is the count. So waiting the pitch here from Howell. Red light was on, taking the whole way that time, and the first walk of the day issued by Howell, coming to the number 9 batter. So we'll flip it back to the top of the lineup, and it'll be McBride coming to the plate. He doubled and scored on a pass ball, and his first at bat. And so now the Bears trying to get something going here, trailing this one by 6. Here in the top of the 3rd, runner at first with no outs. So McBride stands in, takes that pitch, and Minga, I'm blaming you. You were talking about how good Howell was doing a while ago and during the break, and, well, 5 pitches and can't find the strike zone right now.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. 1 pitch, 1 out, start the inning, but Howell's got to settle back in here. That's 6 straight now that's missed. Take a deep breath and try to settle down.
That one missing low at the knees. 2-0 now is the count. Runner at first. Howell checks him, now delivers, and that one skips across. So, unlike you, just take a moment. There you go. Step off and catch your breath and get refocused here. And that went in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Indians up 7-1 here over Bevill in the first of 2 games this afternoon. And that's going to be back-to-back walks now.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a visit here. Here goes Cummings. Catcher's going out. So
we'll go out and talk to his battery mate for a second. Just get him refocused. Say, man, just go back to doing what you were doing. You were dealing well early. Kind of talk about these type of conversations. You can take us a little bit inside look at this, being a former pitcher.
Yeah, good job by Cummings there as well, recognizing that. Obviously now, used to it wouldn't count as a visit, but just a catcher. That's a guy you trust, you spend a lot of time with, and he usually knows what to say depending on the guy to try to get him locked back in and settled down here. So got a lefty-lefty matchup with a 2-hole hitter. Maybe Jack can settle in.
What's the magic phrase to get you locked back in the day? Hurry up, it's almost summertime.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like to eat, Gore.
Yes, that pitch just missing outside for a ball. This is Payne, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. 0-1 is the count. Runners at first and second. Bears trying to spark a little bit of a rally and start climbing back in this one. Breaking pitch, it's a beauty in there for a strike.
I was just about to say I was expecting a breaking ball there just to change it up, to give him something different, whether it be with that fastball he keeps missing with it, just to give him another pitch there and try to get him locked back in.
And that one slides a little bit too far outside. 2-1 now is the count here to Payne. He's playing second base this afternoon for the Bears in game 1. Trying to come up with a clutch hit or see if he can keep the things going here. It's going to be a snap throw to second. Not in time. It actually bounces off the arm of Reed coming in to cover at shortstop. So just making sure to keep the guy honest back there at second.
Couldn't see that, Gordon. Hit him in the chest or
kind of came off
like
the chest, ricocheted off his arm.
Okay.
I switched the camera. I don't know why, because the camera I had is closer to the play than it was there. That pitch fouled out of play. 2-2 now is the count. We invite you to visit letsgoicc.com. Tons of sports going on right now. Of course, nothing tomorrow, thank goodness. But we'll have basketball on the road Monday, and we do have a change of schedule to note here for baseball. The pitch fouled off, and 2-2 will stay the count. The games that were scheduled to be at Dyersburg on Tuesday will now be home games on Tuesday. So we'll get more information out about that a little bit later on today. So if you're watching at home and you want to come out and watch some baseball on Tuesday, well, Fulton's the place to be. As that pitch high for a ball, 3-2 now is the count. We invite you to visit letsgoicc.com as well as follow us on your favorite social media platform. Also, Let's Go ICC. That way you keep up with any changes that come throughout baseball and softball season. So there's a ground ball, foul ball, and we'll sit at 3-2 once again. Of course, basketball starting to get closer and closer to the postseason play. They'll be on the road Monday, back home on Thursday, and I believe the women's basketball team, I don't know if it's made official yet, but we'll be playing Friday afternoon as this pitch fouled off. Nice little battle going between Payne and Howell here as I'm rattling off information. Has that game been made official yet for Friday? I know we were waiting to see if we got any referees available.
We were trying to nail the officials down, Gordon. I think that is the way we were leaning is Friday.
Friday around 12:30.
Spoken to Dr. Case, yes, for complete confirmation of that. But that was what we were shooting for.
And Walt, now the base is loaded here for the Indians. They appealed to see if he went. The infield umpire said he did not. I agree. And so a big-time situation here for the Bears, as that is 3 straight walks now, and we'll have a visit to the mound. A visit to the mound, we'll take a timeout and be back with more right after this.
Mr. Palomalo?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
You want my Coke Zero?
Nah.
Really? You can have it.
A Coke Zero and a smile.
We're Coke brand managers. Coke Zero stole our taste, and they are not stealing our commercial.
Hey, that was for me.
Is he coming? Is he coming?
Coke Zero has a life. Have a Coke
Hey, kid.
Zero and a smile.
Cats.
Da, 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 da.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Brief meeting at the mound there. Base is loaded here for the for the Bears. And this is Baker at the plate. He had a sacrifice bunt that he almost legged out in his last at bat. And so Howell will dig in. And nice job getting ahead of the batter there. Big swing and a miss by Baker. He was trying to put that one at the waterway. 0-1 now is the count.
Still one pitch away here, Gore, with one out. It'd be a good time for one of those double play balls.
You know who our sponsor of double plays are? Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. That's one of Jim Ingram's most favorite places to eat. If we ever go anywhere, Jim's like, I want Little Caesars.
The new thin crust is
it's killer.
It's good, Gore.
It is. 0-2 now is the count. Matter of fact, that might be what I have for. Did you know the Super Bowl's happening tomorrow? I didn't.
I do realize that. There's been so many other things going on.
Exactly. I was the same way. It took me Friday. Somebody said they were playing. I was like, I thought it was next week. So that pitch in the dirt, not a bad spot to miss right there for Howell. 1-2 now is the count. Pressure situation here. Bases full of Bears. 1 out. And this is Baker, the third baseman, at the plate. Breaking pitch hangs up high. Good patience there by Baker. 2-2 now is the count. But the Indians do have someone getting loose in the bullpen.
Can't tell who that is. I was looking for a number, Gore, but
and this one fouled back out of play, and we'll sit at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases juiced. Bears trailing 7-1, but a base hit could be huge.
Haven't seen if he's thrown. It's hard to tell up here. Very many changeups, but good opportunity here for one.
There's a ground ball, fouls it off. Nice job fighting that one off. Is that what he went with?
Went with a breaking ball down and in there.
So 2-2 now is the count. Said bases loaded once again here for the Bears. This one lifted, line drive out to left. It's going to drop, and that's going to score at least one. And it will, and a clutch hit there for Baker. Nice battle at the plate, fouled off a good bit of those pitches there, and eventually was able to fight through and just deliver that clutch hit.
Yeah, great at bat there by Baker, and seeing that breaking ball breaking into him there again, and just lined it out to left. Thought Green had a good beat on it there, but that line drive, he played it well to hold up and not give up but one there.
And Colin, as you know, typically a leadoff walk always comes back to haunt you.
Always.
And that was the case there for the Indians as that pitch fouled back off the netting for strike one. This is Cade Durrett at the plate. He popped up out to left field. The left fielder lost the ball, couldn't find it, but got thrown out 7-4 to get out and end the inning in his previous at bat. Check swing foul off, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bases still loaded here for the Bears. As we talked about, the Indians would love to find a timely double play here to see if they can get out of this inning with minimum damage done. But if you're the Bears right now, you're just looking for one hit at a time. Just keep chopping away at this 7-2 lead by the Indians. 0-2 pitch coming from Howell. Foul ball. It's just got a piece of that breaking pitch, and we'll sit at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out.
Yeah, way ahead here by Howell. Definitely don't want to leave anything over the plate.
That pitch drifts high. Good eye on the part of Derrett to hold off on that one. 1-2 now is the count. Breaking pitch hit up the middle. And they're going to get it. There's 1, and there is 2. The Little Caesars double play, just like we ordered it. Indians get out of the inning with minimum damage done. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesars' new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates 2 things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 10, Edward Henriquez.
As we're heading to the bottom of the third, ICC gets a big-time Little Caesars double play to get out of that last bases-loaded jam, as this will be Henriquez coming to the plate here for the Indians. And there's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. Henriquez kind of looks back at the umpire, but he's been calling that consistently all day today on that corner, whether it be to the left-handed or right-handed batters. So that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Edward, he's playing third base. He singled and advanced 2 bags on the throw As that pitch missing outside for a ball, 2-1 now is the count. So 8-9-1 batters due up. Henriquez, Cummings, and Pearl. There's a shot, shortstop. Blocks it for a second. It's going to have to hurry and just gets the out across the way. Good job sticking with it that time by Craycraft. And so with one out now,
number 6,
this
Jack
will bring
Cummings.
Jack Cummings to the plate. Jack had a single, but was left stranded in his last at bat. So there is one out in the inning. Jack looks at that pitch right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 is the count. That pitch missing low for a ball. Evens things up now at 1-1.
You know, Gore, we were talking about how much Laminate likes that breaking ball. I'd love to go back and count. I need to count how many so far. I'm curious to know how many more.
Cummings tries to sneak in a bunt, but a nice job covering it that time by the pitcher. 1-3 on the putout of Cummings. 2 away now.
To bat, number
and
23.
we spin it back to the top of the lineup
Jacob
here for the
Pearl.
Indians, as this will be Jacob Pearl coming to the plate. Pearl 0 for 1 on the day. He did reach on an error, scored a run, walked in his last at bat, but was part of a Little Caesars double play to end the first inning. Is that pitch in the dirt for a ball? That was first inning. Indians batted 11. And so with one out, with 2 outs, 1-0 is the count. Pearl, who's playing in right field, will dig in, trying to spark the bats here for the Indians. That one just missing outside. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That one a beauty. Just froze him up that time, as don't necessarily know what he was looking for. Maybe looking for a breaking pitch, but a little fastball. Found that outer edge. 2-1 now is the count. There's a jam job up the middle. Second baseman gets it, throws over in time, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. First time today they've been retired in order. We've played 3. ICC leads it 7-2 here in Game 1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesars' new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates 2 things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the fourth inning. ICC leading at 7-2, but Lady Mo starting to sneak a little bit away of the Bears as there was a healthy swing and a miss for strike one. I've got this as Nunley, Peters, and Cherry due up here for the Bears. So this one's going to be fouled off. 0-2 now is the count. Well, Colin, let's put the coaching cap on you. Right now you're coaching for the Bears. Looking at 7-2, slowly starting to get a little bit of momentum heading your way. You know, what are you telling your batters coming to the plate here?
Yeah, can't get them all back at once. We've seen last inning a little more patient. Got Howell to get a little frustrated there. 3 straight walks, and they were able to scratch across a run. Could have been more, but a big double play got us out of that inning.
There's going to be chasing on a breaking pitch. Fouls it off. We'll stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and an out. Well, we talked about it. This is his home debut for the first-year head coach, Slater Lott. He's, needless to say, been itching to get out here on Crescent Field this season as that pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. I believe we have, 7 games lined up to start the season here at Crescent Field, and Mother Nature's like, nah, we ain't going to do it.
Yeah, crazy, too, where make that play.
Grounder to the third baseman. Throw across the way a little tall, but Madden Butler's tall, so he's able to stretch up and get that one for out number 1. 5-3 on the putout of Nunley.
Number 8, Nick Peters.
Yeah, just with the new field and irrigation and everything, drains well. It's really played well the last couple of years since having the surface redone. Shout out to having that done, and it's been really good. But just the cold weather and the ice.
So you can't play in 20-degree weather. That breaking pitch in there for strike. 0-1 is the count. Yeah, you can't really say enough for Kurt Sheffield and his crew and everything that they do. Is there's a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside. 0-2 is the count. But yeah, they do a great job keeping this field. I want to say this, very underrated on the type of field that we have here at ICC, but they do a great job with all of our facilities.
Absolutely.
This pitch popped up high. Left fielder going to go back to the wall, warning track, and finds it as he falls to the ground. And that's one of those, if you're Peters, you just shake your head, tip your cap, and say, good job.
That sun had a lot to do with that one again, Gore.
Yep.
The wind, I think, kind of knocked that down a little bit as well, blowing across. Good job by Green there to stay with that, though, and make the play.
So now with 2 outs, this will be Cherry at the plate. Takes a healthy chop at that first pitch. Missing for strike 1. 0-1 now is the count. That one missing low. 1-1 now is the count here to Cherry. He grounded out to second to end the second in a 3-up, 3-down inning. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Pops that one back, fouls it off the netting. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, going back to Coach Lott, those between Coach Cressup and then Coach Collier, those are not shoes you try to feel the success that we've been fortunate enough to have with those 2 guys and longevity here at ICC with baseball.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. A Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning. 3rd of the afternoon for Howell.
But, yeah, Coach Lott, hopefully he can have the same type of success that Coach Cressup and Coach Collier's had before him, and we hope that he can be here for a long time with that sustained success as well. So not necessarily filling those shoes. Those shoes are hard to fill.
Yeah, you don't feel shoes like that. Yeah.
You can't. No, sir. So you try to create your own and hopefully be able to fill them as we go with that success.
And here's the crazy thing to think about. This is the first time in, 26 seasons that we've had a new head coach here at ICC. So very unique to have something like that. Coach, I don't know if Coach Collier's watching today. If he is, hope he's doing well. Yeah, it's got to be tough as a former coach. I know as a former player, when you hang them up, you're always itching to get back out there, especially when you got that competitor inside of you. Well, there's nobody that's got more of a competitor inside of him than Rick Collier does. But,
that's right.
I know we talked about Coach Kirk earlier. Coach Kirk said, man, I just had to take a year away from the game just to be able to truly enjoy it again. So hopefully Coach Collier be able to maybe come out some this year, or maybe he's just taking some time away so he can enjoy the game of baseball again. Of course, I know he's going to be chasing Stone.
That's right. I was
all
about to
around
say
the
the good
world.
thing, fortunate enough to Stone, Coach Collier's son there, playing at Delta State, and we're rooting him on as well and hoping they have a great year, great season. But that's one opportunity as a dad, and knowing that now and having kids, that it's an awesome feeling, I'm sure, to be able to go and watch him and enjoy that and be there for Stone.
Absolutely. Of course, that's crazy to think. I remember, of course, I know you were
Now
here
up to
whenever
bat,
I first started
number
working, or
17,
a few years
Madden
after I started
Butler.
working here. But I remember aggravating Stone whenever he would throw a ball against the net. He'd be like, "Mr. Gore, that was at least 32 miles." I'm like, "No, Stone, I think it was 28." And so Stone did not like me until I agreed with him that he was able to throw 32.
He's got that competitive spirit just like his dad.
So this is going to be Madden Butler. He fouls that one off for strike one for the Indians. It'll be the 2-3-4 batters due up. Madden Butler, Reed Kent, and Houston Green. Butler is 1 for 2 on the day, a single, a run scored. He also just got unlucky on that great play by the first baseman for a Little Caesars double play to end the first. And he got unlucky there and gets hit by a pitch. So the first hit batter of the day
Now up
for
to
either
bat,
team.
number 9, Reed
So ICC
Kent.
will start things off with a runner at first with no outs, and Reed Kent coming to the plate.
Yeah, Bevill answered there with a couple of runs. We've had a couple of zeros put up there, so leadoff guy on. We'll try to scratch a few more runs across here.
Kent will dig in and swings at that pitch that just falls off the table as soon as he gets to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He did reach on an error, scored a run, struck out looking to start the second. So Reed to say is due. That pitch in the dirt gets away. Butler's going to dig down and will end up at second.
Good dirt ball read there by Butler, or turf ball
There
read,
you go.
I
There you
guess
go.
you'd say, with the home plate turf here now.
So he'll advance into scoring position here. A great RBI opportunity coming up. And that's one thing you look at Madden. A lot of times you don't think speed when you see a guy his size. He's got good speed base to base.
He does, and critical to those dirt ball reads are big, even for guys that are not quite as fast. You can still pick up extra bags that way. I was fortunate enough to work with Coach Reed and work for him at Tupelo, and Coach Williams at Corinth, who really, really stressed that, and we worked on it a lot.
1-2 pitch coming here to Kent. Return right back up the middle. Shortstop's only got one play. It's over to first, and it will be in time for the out, but the runner does advance to third. So a productive out there for the Indians.
Now up
Score
to
that
bat,
one 6-3
number 5,
to
Houston
retire
Green.
Kent. And then here comes Houston Green, 0 for 1 of the day. Grounded out to the shortstop in his last at-bat. Walked with bases loaded to drive in a run, and eventually came around to score back in that 7-run bottom of the first. But it's been quiet for the Indians since then. But a scoring opportunity here. That pitch, a beauty that just slips right back in the zone there for strike one.
Yeah, good opportunity for Green here. Don't have to have a hit. Just do a job just like Kent did there to move the runner up and then at least get this one run.
Fouls this one off. 0-2 now is the count here to the left fielder, Green.
Infield's in here for Bevill, so they're trying not to give up anymore.
As Colmeyer like to say, that's a opportunity to push your batting average up 100 here. The infield comes charging in like they are, and that's going to be a ground ball, foul ball. We'll stay at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Indians up 7-2. Bevill scored in the first. Indians answered with 7 in the bottom half. Then Bevill got a run back in the top of the third. And that's going to be strike 3 on the inside edge there. And big time pitch there coming from Lamanick to get the out. 2 away now.
Now up to bat,
Froze Green
number
up there
7,
coming back
Kenneth
inside.
Graham.
Haven't seen that a lot from Lamanick.
He likes that little breaking pitch, and he's been consistently going after that angle, but just hasn't necessarily been doing it to right-handed batters, and was able to sneak that one in that time. There it is again, but that time a little low and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. This is Graham. He's had the hot bat for the Indians today, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. He's also got a stolen base, and that one just foul down the first baseline, or if not, you're putting another one on the board there. So you've got Butler at third. He was hit by a pitch, advanced to second on a drop ball, and then scooted over to third on a ground out to the shortstop. So that pitch missing outside, 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner at third here for the Indians. That pitch runs inside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count here to Graham. So big opportunity here for Graham. See if he gets something he likes in this situation. He does. Rips it, and it gets past the second baseman, and that will drive in the run for the Indians.
Sat back on that breaking ball. Again, Lamanick has gone to that when he struggled and missed with the fastball. Graham was ready for it.
Number 4,
Graham is having himself a day. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and he's also got a stolen base. So a big-time timely hit there for Graham, the second baseman. Snap throw over to first, not in time.
Again, not something that'll show up in the box score, Gore, but those critical 2-out hits, they don't show up with the number of outs when you have those hits, but those are always crucial with runners in scoring position.
Those last 2 throws over to first have been pretty close. I think that last tag might have gotten Graham a little bit, or maybe just slid in a little awkwardly as he's trying to stretch down there over the bag.
Looks like he stepped on the bag a little awkwardly. Gore a little shaken up there, trying to stretch it out.
This is Thompson at the plate. He's doubled, that drove in 3 runs. He's also walked and scored a run. And they were going to test him again there. So a lot of attention being paid to Graham over there at first base. So waiting the pitch here. Now he's just going to step off. And he's going to reset here. So not feeling too comfortable on the mound right now. Breaking pitch finally slides in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Thompson. 2 outs, runner at first. Snap throw over to first is again close but not in time. Thompson playing center field, batting in that 6th spot. Snap throw over again. This time no tag applied, as not as much of a lead taken that time by Graham.
Yeah, we don't have the MLB rule, Gore, where we can only throw over so many times.
Well, we might need to adopt that soon. Breaking pitch hangs up inside, nearly hits him. 1-1 now is the count here to Thompson.
We joke a lot about the rules. The one constant is change, Gore. You may speak it into existence.
That is very true, and heck, the way we've seen with basketball this year, it can change mid-season. And they're going to say he did commit. 1-2 now is the count, if anybody's wondering what we're talking about in that sense. Played almost a quarter of the conference games, and then decided, hey, let's add some media timeouts to the games. As there's a snap throw over in the dirt, nice dig by the first baseman, Durrett.
Yeah, this has been discussed for a couple of years now, and I think everybody was on board. I know other conferences. I know Alabama does the media timeouts. National tournament, they have the media timeouts. And we were trending that direction for next year, but then they said, let's do it now.
That pitch missing inside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. See, here's the thing. What was it, Thursday night? We had the men's game. It was closed to the public because of the water issues in Peppertown. Didn't have, proper operating bathrooms. They couldn't really do the concession stand because of it. There's a shot right back up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Nice at bat there. As that's back-to-back 2-out singles now. Thompson's second hit of the day.
Now
but
up to bat,
to continue
number
at that
3,
point, yeah, we didn't have
Andrew
anybody there
Williams.
for the games, but they did continue to take the media timeouts. If I was the only media there, they just look up and see, hey, do you need a timeout, Gore? I said, no, we're good. Let's go home. We're going to have a little bit of a meeting on the mound here. I'll take a break so you don't have to listen to me ramble anymore and be back right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranty Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Welcome back. A brief meeting at the mound there as that pitch missing low for a ball. This is Andrew Williams at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a ground out to second. So looking to redeem himself here. See if the Indians can spark a little bit of two-out rally as this pitch fouled off into the dugout of the Indians. Just over the head. That's been some new upgrades made to Crescent Field, and they are nice. Don't you wish you had them back in your playing days, Mingo?
Oh, absolutely. This park's really changed. This is very nice.
Breaking pitch inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to the DH Williams. He's batting in the 7th spot. He's got runners at first and second, and there's a lot of speed at second and ground. So you think anything down to the outfield will score ground from second. As that pitch, outer edge, but called a strike. Got just enough of the rubber there. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Indians up in this one 8-2, trying to add another run to the board. Runners go, ball in the dirt, and they will get there without an issue. So the Indians had them moving that time. So does that go as a pair of steals?
It does.
So double steal situation. So another big time pitch coming up here, 3-2 pitch. That's what you got to do in that situation. You think it's close, you make contact, foul it off, and live to see another day.
That's right. Good job there by Andrew. Get another pitch, and hope that he hangs one here, base hit, ball 4. Big opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position now for another big 2-out hit.
So the count's full here for Williams. Rips it, and it gets past the third baseman, diving at it. They're going to ask both runs to score. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Indians add 2 more to the board. Clutch hit there. You called it, Minga. Just
Now
stay
up to
with
bat,
it, drive it,
Number 10,
and
Edward
come up with a clutch
Henriquez.
2-out, 2-run single to put the Indians on the board, and that may be it for Lamanick. Another stroll out here to the mound. We'll take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
Mr. Palomalo?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
You want my Coke Zero?
Nah.
Really? You can have it.
A Coke Zero and a smile.
We're Coke brand managers. Coke Zero stole our taste, and they are not stealing our commercial.
Hey, that was for me.
Is he coming? Is he coming?
Coke Zero adds a life. Have a Coke
Hey, kid.
Zero and a smile.
Cats.
Da, 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 da.
ICC fans, we've got you covered like never before. The all-new Let'sGoICC.com is your award-winning home for everything ICC athletics, and when it's game time or showtime, head to Let'sGoICCTV.com, the official streaming home for ICC athletics, fine arts, and other special events. Watch it live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Let'sGoICC.com and Let'sGoICCTV.com, your front row seat for all things ICC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have a pitching change here. And the new pitcher in the game is Tittle. Cale Tittle. Man, I can't talk. Cale Tittle, the new pitcher in the game here for the Bears. We'll take a timeout. Let them get some more warm-up pitches going here. ICC leads it 10-2. Back with more right after this.
Are you in the market for a new or used vehicle? Look no further than Metro Ford. We have an incredible selection of F-150s, Explorers, Broncos, and so much more. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck for the job site or a family-friendly SUV, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect vehicle to fit your lifestyle and budget. And with our streamlined financing process, getting behind the wheel of your dream car has never been easier. Stop by today and experience the Metro Ford difference. We're conveniently located at 1000 Barnes Crossing Road in Tupelo. Online at MetroFordAutoSales.com. That's MetroFordAutoSales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ICC leading it 10-2 here after a clutch 2-out, 2-run single off the bat of Williams. New pitcher in the game, and this one is lifted deep left field. Left fielder going over. Does he have enough real estate? No. That one dropped right in front of him in foul territory. And again, I think that sun's coming into play out there in left field.
Yeah, he had room there. Edward just missed that ball, got under it. That sun is.
It's because the thing about it is everybody's like, well, you know, it's not that crisp blue sky. It's that light blue, so you can easily lose the baseball when it gets that high up in the air. And this one popped up this time, same thing, opposite side. 0-2 now is the count. This is Henriquez, who is 1 for 2 in the day with a single, a run scored, grounded out to the shortstop in his last at bat.
Yeah, a little different arm action here from Tittle. Kind of a side arm, not quite submarine, a little funky coming at you there.
That pitch missing. Not only that, but it's you look at the drawback. It's kind of a violent straight back.
It is. You can see the ball come behind his back.
Yeah.
When the arm goes back here, so we'll see how our hitters adjust here.
Runner goes. Little hit run action put on there by the Indians. It was fouled off, so we will sit at 1-2. Runner at first. That runner belongs to Lamanick, so we can't necessarily close the book on him just yet. As we'll wait the 1-2 pitch here. 2 outs in the inning. And there's the pitch on that inside edge. Umpires called it all day today as Henriquez did not like it, but he's been consistently on that edge, so you got to know you got to find a way to make some contact and keep that at-bat alive. We've played 4 here in Fulton. ICC leads it 10-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guarantee Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesars' new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust.
Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates 2 things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
I stand alone with This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guarantee Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Welcome back as we've got a call to the bullpen as we get ready to start the top of the fifth inning. Minga, tell us the new pitcher here for the Indians.
Yeah, Noah Wilder is on the hill, sophomore left-hander. He is from Millington, Tennessee Evangelical Christian School. I think I said that right. It's kind of like Tittle. Just get a little tongue twister there.
You hang around Gore long enough, you start picking up on some of his bad habits. Pitch is swung on. Tough play here for the third baseman. Comes over, though, and makes it happen. Beautiful play there at third by Henriquez.
Now batting number 26.
So 5-3 on the putout there. One pitch, one out. That's what you like if you are Wilder. Take a look at some stats real quick. I know you've got them there in front of you, Minga, about Howell today. Do you got those? If not, I can go through what I've got.
I've got them here. So closing the book on Howell. 4 innings pitched, had 2 earned, 3 hits, 3 walks with 3 strikeouts.
Those stats being brought to you by Samstown Market in Manatee. First pitch was in the dirt for a ball. That one fouled off. 1-1 now is the count here as this is Craycraft at the plate. He walked and scored a run in his only at bat so far in the contest. So that pitch high and outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good job by Howell there in his first start here at home. Freshman from Amory. With 1 inning that really got him in trouble. It was 3 walks back-to-back there in the third. But other than that, very efficient and pitched it well. So got us into the 5th here, and hopefully we can finish this out.
So that pitch missing low. 3-1 now is the count. And that one runs inside, gets away, and heads up by Jack that time to hustle back versus kind of, say, lackadaisically going after the ball that would allow the runner to possibly head to second. So a walk issued there. The first of the game from Wilder.
Number 6, Drake McBride.
So right now for the Indians, you want to work on getting refocused here and start filling up the zone. 1 out and a runner on first. That pitch missing outside for a ball.
Yeah, we talk about this every year, Gore. I think with these guys coming out of high school, you know, they're their best arms. You know, they're used to starting and being the guy at their high school, and those relief roles are important. And the mindset and being able to come in and preparation, it's different than starting a game out, but you've got to be able to flip the switch and be able to play those roles once you get here at the college game.
So how do you make that adjustment, if you will? I know you're a former pitcher. I think you were a starter here back in the day, so not really used to coming in that role. But, you know, one of those situations, like as a pitcher, how do you kind of change that mindset?
Yeah, it's tough. It's different, especially to begin with. I did start. I had to come in relief a few times, and it was a little different for me. Trying to get ready in a hurry a lot of times, and when you're in the dugout, you know, you've kind of got to stay ready. You know, the coaches kind of have you down there when you're in relief and that kind of thing. So you're staying moving. And you've got an idea. You keep up with the pitch count of the starter, those kind of things. You've got to really stay locked in the game and know when it's time to start moving, where you can get loose in a hurry when it's time to do that.
Well, 3-1 now is the count. That ball in the dirt hopped over the catcher and got away, allowed the runner to advance to second. There's going to be a nice little flare that gets by a diving first baseman, and this should score a run. Nope. They're going to hold him up and not challenge the arm out there in right field. Interesting. You think down 10-2, might want to try to take a chance there this late in the game.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to – they know they need more than one, so not trying to push the issue there and run into an out at home.
That's why Gore don't coach baseball. Be a little over-aggressive there. That was McBride, I believe, in that last at-bat, so he's got 2 hits. He's 2 for 2 on the day with the walk. So now with 1 out, runners on the corners here for the Bears. This is Payne coming to the dish. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it out of play for strike 1. So runners on the corners here. Indians, they got a little wiggle room. They're up 10-2 right now, but don't want to take that for granted as the Indians. Well, they were up big in game 2 yesterday and watched the Bears rally with 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off in game 2 to earn the split. Tossed to first, not in time.
Yeah, again, just proving that point when we were just talking about those relief roles and getting those guys settled into those roles. That was a hot shot.
And that one sent some players scattering. Don't know if it...
That could have been bad.
No, it didn't hit anybody. Thank goodness. I was looking at one of the players, the way he reacted, almost like it skinned the top of his head. So 0-2 now is the count.
Pickens is a little taller than everybody down there in that dugout, so if that was him.
Breaking pitch hangs inside. 1-2 now is the count. If it had been me, I wouldn't even known it came by. I hadn't even felt the wind of it. 1-2 now is the count. There is 1 out. Runners on the corners here for the Bears. They trail at 10-2. We're in the top of the 5th inning here in game 1. Runner goes, and no throw in this situation.
You know, Gore, that's another good point about the field and the renovations, because with the old dugouts, the way that they were, somebody probably would have gotten hit on that one. So,
very, very true. So now the count goes 2-2.
Very fortunate all those years to not have somebody hurt.
Shot up the middle. This is going to score 1, and they're going to ask the second to score, and he will. Good cutoff there by Butler to keep the runner at first. So a clutch hit there for the Bears. Makes it 10-4, as that is a 2-run single off the bat of Payne. Well, the Bears not going quietly here in game 1. And we're going to have a quick little jog out to the mound. With that break, we'll take the break with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Very brief meeting at the mound there, just basically trying to get him refocused and dial back in here for Wilder. Runner at first. That's Payne. He just had a 2-run single right back up the middle, and now at the plate is Baker. 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI single. He also had a sacrifice bunt, that first pitch in there for a strike.
We were just talking about it at the break, Gore. Noah's got to get ahead here, and he did that there. Give himself a chance to stay ahead in the count.
That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. That's really just been the case today. The Indians have done a good job of getting ahead of batters, really kept Bevill on their toes, but here of late they've struggled to do so, and the Bears have been able to cash in on those opportunities. 1-1 pitch. It's up high. 2-1 now is the count.
Again, you put the hitter back in after having the favor there, getting ahead in the count 0-1, but now he's back in with a 2-1 count ahead.
Grounder, it's going to be to the left side. Third baseman comes up, goes to second. Smart play there, as there was a lot of speed tracking down the bases for the Bears. Got the force out at second. That wasn't an easy play.
It was not. Great play by Henriquez there on the run. He realized the runner, he had time there, and made that throw on the run. That's a difficult play.
So it's 2 outs now in the inning. Runner basically just trades spots. Still a runner at first with 2 outs in the inning. And now this would be Durrett. Durrett was retired in the first, retired in the third, and that takes that first pitch in there for a strike, trying to avoid that now here in the fifth. 2 runs so far here in the inning for the Bears. Trying to climb back in this one, trailing 10-4 here in game 1. Wilder's pitch on its way. Popped up a mile high. Third baseman going over, going to run out of real estate as the ball gets out of play off the top of the batting cages to our left here at Crescent Field. So nothing but a long strike that time on Durrett. So we'll redo it all again here. 0-2 is the count. Runner at first. Wilder checks him. Now delivers. And that pitch just missing high. Not a bad spot to miss there. If he chases it, either going to get on top of it for a routine ground out, or never know. The umpire might be ready to go home and could have called it a strike.
Yeah, 2 strikes. Really want to not hang that thing there. That's really right there. You see Cummings doing a great job of blocking that, keeping it in front. Kind of wanted that to pitch before.
So now the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at first here for the Bears. Wilder looking for the exit, and that pitch missing outside. Now the count goes full, 3-2. Boy, it'd be a great time to find his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game here for Wilder. So count goes full here to Durrett. And instead they're going to go to first with a pickoff move, no tag applied. And so we'll reset with a 3-2 count.
Yeah, 3-2, 2 outs. That runner's on the move. Good job by Wilder there and just keeping him honest.
So Wilder checks the runner. Now delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
There it is, Gore. You called it.
Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. Nice job by Wilder, hanging tough and being able to retire Durrett for the final out of the inning. We'll take a break and let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
I wish we could get a stuffed crust pizza at a great price.
Get Little Caesar's new large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49.
Look at that delicious crust. Talk about more bang for your buck.
What did you say? Deal Deer hates 2 things: bad pizza deals and deer puns.
He's fine. And $9.49 new large stuffed crunch crust is the lowest price in stuffed crust. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher in the game here for the Bears, Aiden Beard, in to toss now. And Megan, we were kind of talking about that during the break, and everybody's like, y'all talk about everything during the break. Why don't you just not go to a break? But we're talking about, the puzzle you got to put together. For ICC, you're wanting to get guys experience. You're wanting to get them set up and everything. But for the Indians, you got the games on Tuesday, turn around, play quickly. So kind of just putting that piece of the puzzle together, trying to figure out how to toss things around.
Yeah, we were just playing yesterday. You got a doubleheader yesterday and 2 more today, and ideally you're trying to set those guys up for once you get into conference and midweek and then the weekend rotation, and you've got a quick turnaround here with playing again on Tuesday. So trying to keep those arms ready to go.
Well, Pickens comes in and gets hit by a pitch. So didn't get a chance. I was trying to look up and see who that was. Pickens listed as number 28 on the roster we were given at the beginning of the season, wearing number 32 this afternoon. And looks like it also was looking down and caught the umpire too. Let's take a break. Be back with more right after this.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum, I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We go back to the top of the lineup here for the Indians. Jacob Pearl coming to the plate. Good to see the home plate umpire able to shake off being hit by that last pitch. So there is a runner at first and no outs. That pitch in there for strike here from Beard. Pearl in the afternoon, he is 0 for 1? No.
Got 0 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, 0 for 2 with a walk. Time taken there. 0-1 is the count. Runner at first. That's Pickens. That pitch. Missing low. 1-1 now is the count. We always talk about the mental stamina of a player, how they react, how they bounce back from stuff. As an umpire, after getting hit, and you see one going low in the dirt, kind of give a gut check time for you there as well, as that pitch high for a ball. But home plate umpire staying in tough.
Yeah, these guys they've done it a lot. Most of them done it for many years, so they're used to taking some of those.
There's a shot ripped out to right field, and that'll go for a hit. And then they're going to advance on the error. Or are they going to try to? The runner, no, the ball was dropped. So a break there for the Indians. So that will go for a single for Pearl. Both players will advance on the E9 as the outfielder just lost the ball and kind of ran up his glove and up his arm. And so now the Indians with runners on second and third. And this will bring Madden Butler to the plate.
We're talking about getting hit. Gore and Pearl almost hit Pickens there.
Yeah.
He was pulling a matrix trying to dodge that line drive.
And so Butler will dig in now. As this one fouled back off the netting for strike one. Well, the Bears got a couple of runs in the top part of the inning. The Indians trying to grab them back here in the bottom half. Again, we apologize for any internet technical difficulties this afternoon as that pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. It was working fine this morning, thank goodness, because we got a call about 8 o'clock that the internet was down, but had some glitches throughout the day, so we do apologize for that. Part of getting things figured out to get the season started. We'll get our tech department to come check out and get those things fixed hopefully before our game on Tuesday. So 2-1 now is the count here. Madden Butler at the dish. Looks at that one outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners at second and third here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And there's a shot. Right fielder gets a late jump on it. It's not going to get to it. This is going to drop for extra bases, and the Indians are going to score 2 more. Clutch hit there for Butler. Well, the Indians wanted to get those runs back, and they did just that. Off the second hit of the day for Madden Butler. He's got 2 RBIs and a clutch hit there.
Now batting,
Madden had just
9,
watched that pitch
Kent.
before on the outside part of the plate, and they tried to go back there. Madden was ready for it with 2 strikes and drove that ball in the right center gap there. Great piece of hitting there by Butler.
And so that will push across 2 runs for the Indians. This pitch popped up and out of play for strike 1 here for Kent. Kent 0 for 3 on the day. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. He has scored a run because he reached on an error back in the first. And there's a flare out to left field. Left fielder's going to go back, and drops it, and then kicks it. So this is going to score another one on the error. And, Butler kind of jammed up
very
awkwardly on the bag, and he is hurt, and he is down. Let's take the timeout and be back with more right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Well, good to see Butler able to kind of semi-rush off the field in his own power there.
Now
As he talked about it, just a awkward
Green.
step as he rounded third. I don't really think he was expecting the ball to get away like that, trying to catch extra gear and kind of misstep that time. So hopefully Butler will be okay, but also obviously good to see him able to walk off on his own power there.
Yeah, when he got to the bag after the initial drop, the left fielder, when it come down, he had kicked it. And at that point, Coach Evans tried to wave him in, and awkward hit there on the bag.
There's another flare out to left field, and they're going to challenge the arm, and that will get another run in. Going to try to go to second. Nope, not going to be in time as they're going to tag him out.
That ought to do it.
And that will – no, that's the first out of the inning, is it not?
That's ball game, Gore.
Oh, that's ball game. Okay, I'll take that even more.
10-run rule.
So the 10-run rule, just like we saw in Game 1 over in Fayette, the Indians winning here by the final score of this one, 14-4. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Little Caesars, Guaranteed Bank in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Max Home, Bank Okolona, the ICC BSU, Samstown Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation, your Itawamba County State Farm Insurance Agent, Brandon Poland, and thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
That's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank post-game report. ICC wins game one by the final score of 14-4 in 5 innings, and that was the situation there. We'll go back and look at this game-winning run. Colin, your thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, great job picking up where we left off yesterday for the offense, for sure. Swinging the bats well, patient, and took walks when they give them to us, and played really well on the offensive side of the ball. Pitched it well enough, again, to get the win. And that's the name of the game right now. Howell was really good to start out. Had a little bump there in the 1 inning with the 3 walks all coming in that 1 inning. And then Wilder able to finish the last inning there, finish that out, even though giving up a couple of runs there. So, again, the highlight is the offense. Keep doing that, and it helps your pitchers always.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some stats being brought to you by Samstown Market and Manatachee as we take a look at some replays from today's game being brought to you by Little Caesars here in Fulton. Let's start with the Bears. McBride had a nice day. He was 2 for 2 with a walk. He did score 2 runs and also had a double and a stolen base. For Cole Payne, he was 1 for 2, a 2-run single. He walked and also struck out. For Baker, he was 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single. He also had a ICC Baptist Student Union sacrifice bunt. Cole Durrett, he was 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout and a single. Nunley was 0 for 2. You had Peters 0 for 2. Cherry 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Simpson 0 for 2. And then Hayden Craycraft, no official at bat today as he walked twice and scored twice. For ICC, the numbers look like this. It was Jacob Pearl. I had him at the end of the day. 1 for 3 with the walk. He reached on an error. He singled and advanced and scored 2 runs. He advanced on an error on that last inning there in his last at bat. Butler, he came to play today. He was 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch. He had a double that drove in 2 runs. He scored 2 runs. He also had a single. For Reed Kent, he was 0 for 4 on the day, but he did reach on a pair of singles. As then you had Houston Green. He was 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a single. He walked that drove in a run. He scored a run as well. Cannon Graham was 3 for 3 on the afternoon, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases. Brody Thompson on the day was 2 for 2 with a double that drove in 3 runs. He also had a single, a stolen base, and scored a run. He also walked as well. Andrew Williams was 1 for 3 on the day, a 2-run single. He struck out and grounded out to end the second. Edward Henriquez, he was 1 for 3 on the day with a single, scored a run. He also struck out. Jack Cummings, 0 for 2. Pickens came in to bat. He officially did not have it at bat as he was hit by a pitch, but he did score a run. Indians, the final tally looks like this: 14 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The Bears, 4 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. As the winning pitcher for the Indians was Jack Howell. The unfortunate pitcher on the hook for the Bears was Brady Lamanick. The Indians improved to 2-1 on the season. The Bears fall to 3-2. We'll come back in about 30 minutes with the start of Game 2 here on the ICC Sports Network. We'll try to figure out what's going on with the internet and more. Back in 30 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
Guys, you're not going to believe the luck I've had lately. Just the other day, I had a flat tire, thought I was in big trouble. Before I know it, somebody pulled over, fixed the tire.
Oh, that's not luck, Kirk. It's because
that's not the only thing. How about when I'm in a studio, drop the cell phone, bang, shatters completely. Guy hands me a brand new cell phone.
Yeah, Kirk, that's because you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.
Yeah, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, coupon straight to your phone.
And another discount with Renaissance Rewards Extra, Mr. Herbstreit.
Life's just easier when you have Renaissance Rewards Extra.